Hello everybody, Halcrex here, just doing a unboxing of the Mark McLaughlin's War and Peace from the game of Napoleonic Wars from One Small Step Game Systems. It says copyright 2020 on there. And what is this? Bowie, Maryland? Okay. And on the side, you can see that. And the top, same thing. And I guess no matter what direction you put in it, you're going to get the same thing wherever it goes on the shelf. On the back, we have Mark McLaughlin. Classic game Napoleonic Conquest is here, revitalized. So basically, I do have the Avalon Hill version of this from way back in the day. My friend Scott and I used to play it a lot. And it's been redesigned with a new map, counters, etc. Make it a lot easier. It says number of players 2 to 5, suitable for ages 14 and above, playing time 2 to many hours. So I guess if you're playing the campaign from the beginning of the war to the end, it may take weeks. Who knows? We'll find out. And it has two 20 by 34 map sections, so this will be fairly big. So you're looking at 44 by 68, which will cover pretty much my table. Yeah. So basically, this map will probably be about the same size as my other games that I've been playing here. Either Empires and Alliances from Compass Games, or maybe Stalingrad 42. So we'll find out. All right, we got the handy dandy knife, the X-Acto knife here. Let's crack this thing open. Popped up. Ooh, it's gonna have that fresh unboxing smell going on here. Fine. There we go. So we'll see how this looks. Alrighty. Now this thing weighs heavy. This is probably 20 pounds at least when it comes to weight. It is heavy. So basic box, pretty heavy. Alright, inside we have rules of play. We got a rule book here. Let's put that to the side for the moment. We're going to flip through that. And then we have the standard game scenario book. Okay. Grand scenario, standard game scenarios, grand campaign scenario. I imagine this is the big one. This is the starting from the very beginning, going to the end. All right. Pair of red dice. All right, cool. And then we have operational methods book. Lit. Maybe it's an addendum to the rules. And ooh, we got little baggies. Obviously, if you're going to have counters, you got to have baggies. So put that over there for now. French Allies leader displayed. All right, so okay, you got all the different generals on here and their values. So on a single card. All right, Allies leader display. Oh, this one's bigger. I got two of them. Okay. There's the British, Wallington. Okay, that looks like Germans. And then the Russians. Ferdinand, Charles. All right. And then we have French Alliance leader display board. Napoleon, there we go, Mr. Tactical himself. all the way down to your sub leaders, just enough to say, hey, we got somebody in charge. And here we have force pool display. So you have all the different force pool, what can be used, what can be brought in at war, prisoners, so the different nations that you have to look at. Alright, and we have, ooh, this is big. We have the War and Peace turn sequence, operational tactical matrix for field battles, force march table, combat loss table, extended play sequence of play, grand campaign chronology, turn sequence for the campaign, and then obviously the combat results table. There, is there anything on the other side? Yes, there is. Terrain effects chart, naval results table, weather. Oh, you can't have a war without weather. That's one thing I liked about some games where they actually, it affects how fast you can move and everything. Attrition table, combat results table. And so okay, this is the grand campaign one, and this is the standard one, must be for combat results. Oh, good gosh. Okay, that's okay. This is just the counters. Obviously, we got French counters, British counters, and German counters. I think different states, most likely. And more French ones. Oh, yeah, you got large counters, so large value. So you, instead of having a big, that was one thing you had, used to be annoying, is you'd have a big giant stack of counters, and you'd have to okay, yep, there's one set. Russians. I think these are probably the Spaniards, most likely. Yeah, probably Spain. Maybe even Portugal. And then you have some more. Okay, these are all the generals here for the French. There's Napoleon right there. And then all your effects and stuff. Oh, on the other side. Ooh, is there something on the other side? I forgot to check a look. Oh yeah, there's stuff on the other side. Yeah, okay. Different values on both sides. Alright, so those are counters. We'll put the counters over here. And, ooh. Oh, this is nice. It's like, in a lot of games lately, it's paper thin sheets of, for your maps. So they're kind of creased and everything. And you got to have a plexiglass sheet to put down to keep it, you know, everything laying flat and quit moving around on you. This map is thick. What we have is a thick cardboard, like the old map styles that we had. Alright, so what I'm going to do is pull those and put them off to the side. Actually, let's leave them in the box for now. I'll actually do this. We'll put counters at the bottom. And these over here. What I'll do is a separate video, make a separate video, and I'll lay that map out so we can take a look at it. Alright, here we go. We have the War and Peace book, rule book here. October 2020. Now, the one I have is the most recent printing of it, so I don't know if they had any errata in there. It should have been taken care of in this printing, because they just did another print run of it. Standard game rules, introduction. Alright, so you got your leader type, yeah, same thing. Leadership value, same. Tells you what's what. Strength, what kind of unit is, obviously, if it's an infantryman or a cavalry. That's all on there. Your different style of entrenchments, fortress, demoralized, unsupplied. This does remind me of a lot of games, not much different. Optional tactical matrix, player aid cards. We did a quick flip through of those. Already showed them. Alright, sequence of play. You got attrition phase, alliance phase, reinforcement phase, movement phase, combat phase. Attrition could be weather dependent, maybe. Could be desertion. You got your alliances. Alliance phase. Depends on who you guess who's the alliance, or who's in the alliance at that time. Because they flip-flop back and forth. It depends on who was conquered or not, who was there in the alliance or not. Okay, we got reinforcements and replacement, ground movement, force marching, overrun, supply. Supply is important. I heard that there's bridges and stuff over rivers, which probably makes it important. We got combat, combat resolution. You know, it's a nice thing they got some examples. I always like it when they give you examples of combat. Yeah, it gets rid of a lot of ambiguity. Withdrawal, retreat, advance after combat, leader, casualties, fortresses, and sieges. Because obviously there's sieges and those castles and fortresses that had to be taken down. Entrenchments. Maneuver. I'm not even going to try to say how to pronounce that. It looks French. I didn't take French. Cavalry charge, French Imperial Guard, optional. Russian patriotism, demort, combat, fog of war. Alright, so that's that. And then we have the standard game scenario booklet. Alright, Italian campaign. Okay. I'll tell you who's involved in the Italian campaign. Austria and France. Armies of the Orient. Bonaparte in Egypt. Okay. Let's shoot the nose off the Sphinx. Marengo, Italian campaign. The son of Austerlitz. Alright. Poems. FG. Oregon. Campaign in Russia. Oh, that's going to end well. Not. Struggle of Nations. Somewhere we should have Napoleonic Bay, 1914. Waterloo, 1915. Okay. Here, within 2 hexes of Paris, Napoleon, so a leader, that's leader 0. French satellite forces. Alright, we'll tell you how many points you have and it's what specific and where. Then you go to the war. Peninsular War. Oh, so we jump back. So we have 1915 and we got the Peninsular War. Well, I guess it goes all the way to 14, but you know, that was a long campaign. It was mostly involved Napoleon's brother. Spain. Final Glory. Alright, so that's the basic one. Alright, so now we got the Grand Campaign Scenario Book. On December 2nd, 1804, Napoleon Bonaparte, coronated Emperor of France. After an influx of money coming from the Americas for selling off the Louisiana Purchase, okay, turn sequence. Naval units. I think on the big map, I think there's a world map area, so you can send your fleets around with, you know, actions that happened in the Caribbean and stuff. Nelson. Battle of Trafalgar. How minor states are created. Denmark, Sweden, Ireland, Poland, Holland. How states are conquered. Spanish, Portuguese production. France production. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of reading going on, trying to figure these out. We won't do the main campaign first, probably do a few scenarios to get an idea how this works out. Peace with Petersburg. French invasion of Russia. That's not going to go well. Flight to Paris. Wellington. Nelson's daring. Operational Le Bataillon Carré. Yeah, some extra rules. Alright, so that's everything. Alright. That's that. So what I'm going to do is stop here and then I will come back and lay the maps out so we can see what all that's underneath the map when it's all laid out. All right, we'll be back. All right, everybody, here we go. Here's the map. Just taking a quick look at it. I got the actual board on it. The boxes are on it right now. Just kind of holding it down. It's not very big. You know, I said it was going to be a lot bigger, like the size of my table. It's not. It's not the size of my table at all. It is 22 by 34, but it's 34 high by 22 wide. So you got 44 by 34 is the size of your map altogether. So there you go. It's like you got your Spanish war chart on this side. You got your ports going around the map here. And then the invasion display chart here. This is your Egyptian campaign map. Small. Global naval movement chart. For the movement points and everything you have for moving stuff around. There you got your Ottoman Empire. Imagine those boxes mean something eventually. And over here you got the United States map. At war, you got the Irish Rebellion, Sweden over here. Across the top here, we have our basic keeping track of everything charts for the game, turn for the year. You got the month, production track, weather, display, naval, economic warfare, typhus display. Oh boy. Nurgle has showed up with typhus. Foreign wars, where you're going to be, which war you're going to be playing in. So the Brits went to war with the United States, or the United States went to war with Britain. That sort of didn't end too well for either side. Okay, here we go. Way over here, we got Moscow. Where is it at? There's Berlin. It's like I can lay my hand down and it's about two and a half hands away from Berlin to Moscow, and I think it is 1.5 hands over from Paris to Berlin. So it gives you kind of an idea size of the map. Now, the one complaint I do have with this is you look at the size of the hexes. The hexes are small. I've gotten used to larger hex sizes in a lot of the games I've played lately. And this is harking back to the old style small counter, small hexes. It would have been nice if they would have been a little bit bigger so you can make it easier for maneuvering stuff around. Yeah, you could have kept the counters the same size, but if you made the hexes a little bit bigger. Sure, I know it meant larger, more maps and stuff, probably more money, but for the amount paid for it, even on discount, yeah, chunk of change. But it would have been nicer. So, and when you really think about it, just a tad bit more. There's stuff on here. Some of this could have been easily filled up with another printed chart or two instead of taking it up on the actual board, because you look at how much space from the edge over that could have been stretched out on either side. And then you're looking at how much, I know they're using some of that to fill in. Some of this is filler. But it's my one complaint I do have about the map. Could have been bigger. In this day and age, I don't mind having a big map. I got the space for it. So that's it. That is the map. So takes up space right there. Yep, Battletech. All right. So we'll see when I can get around to it. I'm hoping I have some time during the holidays here coming up on Christmas that might be able to get a couple games in, play, figure out how it works, read the rule book first, then figure out how to play. And then maybe get a couple scenarios in. Maybe even trying the campaign sometime. So, there you go. Hope you guys like it. Hit the old like button. Like and subscribe. Share with your friends. And we'll see you in the next one. Hellcrix out.